This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the Hicks. We keeping the foot on the what? On the Hicks.
Go ahead, He Knows.
There is a doctor. I don't believe this guy's even a doctor. That's talking about neurological damage that's associated with Errol Spence. And he's on a pro Crawford channel. See, you guys have to understand why you cannot go by just anything that you're hearing. And let me explain why you can't just go by anything that you're hearing. First and foremost, the doctor is not going from channel to channel. See, the doctor would have had credibility if he was on multiple platforms saying the things that he's saying. So in all essence, you have to say it's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, And secondly, doctors don't speak in a very personalized standpoint. Check this cadence out. And this is how you know you could believe anybody could be a doctor. My name is Dr. Edwards. And I want to talk about the neurological damage that Errol the True Spence has been experiencing. When someone's eye is glassy, did you guys just see the cadence? Did you just see how I spoke? Did you guys see that just by me saying that, you were following along and it was believable? Anybody can make themselves sound professional and make you believe the bullshit and the fuck shit that they're saying. Let me say it again. Anyone can sound professional and make you believe the bullshit and the fuck shit that you want to hear. YouTube is a platform to where anybody can say anything and you gonna believe that shit as long as it sounds believable to this. And that's what happened. He made you believe that it was believable to this. So because it was believable to this, you thought it was believable. Let me say it again. Because it was believable to this, you thought it was believable. But in actuality, it is unbelievable. First and foremost, doctors don't have personalized conversations. Or when I was speaking to my wife, you never hear no doctor talk about that. And say, secondly, this is how you could tell when someone is experiencing early stages of neurological damage. Their eyes are glassy. You know how many people have glassy eyes, but they just have a sleepy look? It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, This is how you know the doctor is not fucking credible. First and foremost, when someone has neurological damage, there's a slur in their speech. Errol the True Spence doesn't have a slur in his speech. When someone has neurological damage, they start convulsing. They start showcasing spit. It's like I understand neurological damage better than him. Their body starts doing bodily fluid movements that their body normally doesn't do from a facial structure standpoint. When someone has neurological damage, you start seeing them speak in a very stutterish fashion. You start seeing them speak in a very delayed fashion, kind of like James Toney, kind of like Mikey Garcia. He didn't even use those examples. He basically said he has a glassy look. You know how many people walking around on this planet have a glassy look, and that means dementia? That means Alzheimer's? So anybody you see, this is how you can tell this shit ain't credible. Anybody you see that's glassy, you're gonna say they got dementia? It's a things that make you say, Anybody that's glassy, you're gonna say they got what? Alzheimer's? That is bullshit and fuck shit at its highest levels. And it shows you the lack of credibility that you're listening to. So the next time, when someone brings up some nonsense like that, when someone talks in such a very nonsensical fashion, you need to tell yourself, no. You need to tell them, stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense. And go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity fucking hush. You see, I took one video to break this motherfucker down. And what platform is he on? Isn't he a pro Crawford platform? So of course they're gonna use this as a way to prop up Terence Crawford. There's no way a barking a chihuahua barking behind the damn fence has power to the point to where he can re-give occurrences of neurological damage. This is how you can debunk that easily. If there was a history of Terence Crawford doing this, it wouldn't have just been Errol the True Spence. We would have heard it from Sean Porter. Wasn't that a previous opponent of his? It's a things that make you say, We would have heard this from Kell Brook. Wasn't that a previous opponent of his? It's a things that make you say, We would have heard this from Jose Benavidez. Isn't that a previous opponent of his? It's a things that make you say, Wasn't this guy in Creed 3? How come he has all his faculties together? What is very prevalent is as simple as this. Terence Crawford had loaded and padded gloves. What is very understandable is that Terence Crawford had undetectable PEDs and i.e. snacks. Let me say it again, i.e. snacks. And we know who's behind that, Victor Conte. So when you look at the totality of it, you look at the full weight, the full gravity, and the full magnitude of this. This is bullshit and fuck shit. It's bullshittery and fuck shittery at the highest levels. So BDA boxing, you failed. You know that at the end of the day, stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense and go sit down somewhere and what?
Go ahead,
Higgity fucking hush. Y'all get the biggest higgity fucking hush of the day. Y'all failed miserably. Y'all tried. But see, the real G's, the super real G's, and the ultimate real G's out here in these boxing streets, we saw right through your bullshit. Don't use someone that you just picked up from the fucking street and say, I am Dr. Edwards. And the reason why Errol Spence has neurological damage. You gotta be a brain full of mush and a brainwashed fucking dodo head to fall for that nonsense. I keep the foot on the what? On the Knicks. I keep the foot on the Knicks. I can't even get this shit out. That's how funny this bullshit and fuck shit is. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.